Welcome to the Fredericksburg Center for the Creative Arts, March 2024, Faces and Figures, All Media National Exhibition. I'm Carol Morgan, the curator of the Frederick Gallery. We are open on Monday from noon to 4, Thursday, Friday noon to 4, Saturday 11 a.m. to 4, and Sundays 1 to 4. Please come visit in person. Our gallery is at the Silversmith House, located at 813 Sophia Street in historic downtown Fredericksburg. I'd like to thank our videographers, Nellie Bittenbinder and David Kennedy, for putting together our videos for the Fcca YouTube channel. This month we have a duo exhibit in the Members Gallery featuring the poetic collages of Teresa Black, one of our member artists who lives in North Hills, California, and the sculptural artist Pamela Monez. I hope you will visit both exhibitions in person. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our juror, Ward Saunders, who is returning. About 2 years ago, Ward was a juror. We were impressed with his selections, and I'm so happy that he was able to come back and be with us for this exhibition. Ward Saunders' current artwork centers in mixed media, representational figure drawings grounded by contour lines that are rich in quality and character. His creative use of charcoal, graphite, Conte crayon, ink, and watercolor are a vital part of his personal visual language. Ward graduated Virginia Commonwealth University in 1992 with a BFA in Communication Arts and Design, and in 2003 with a BFA in Art Education. He also studied drawing and painting at the Art Students League in New York City. He has worked as a freelance illustrator, public school art teacher, and as a creative assistant at Virginia Living magazine. He currently lives in Richmond, Virginia, and works on a variety of projects out of his Fulton Hills studio. He is currently teaching figure drawing in the Communications Art Department at VCU. Welcome back to the Frederick Gallery of the Fredericksburg Center for Creative Arts to Ward Saunders.
Thank you, Carol, for such a wonderful introduction, and it's so good to be back here at the Fcca and having the opportunity to jury the Faces and Figures exhibition. Thank you to everyone for so many wonderful submissions, and congratulations to our award winners. The show was wonderful, and I hope you have a chance to stop by and take a look up close. Thank you. All right, so we have here an honorable mention by Katrina Canfield. It's called Yesteryear, and Katrina is from, Locust Grove, Virginia, and this piece really stood out to me. It's got a very quiet, atmospheric feel, and the texture on it is wonderfully crafted. And there are so many different textures, from the leather of the vest to the wood grain and the hair texture of the mustache. It's just a beautiful piece, and really you feel the piece as much as see it, and it also has such a contemporary feel to it. I love the abstraction moving off the face and just some of the graphic areas that balance out, and the way it's cropped in close by this wonderful frame that really complements the theme. And here we have another honorable mention by an artist, Shari Berquist from Mineral, Virginia. It's titled Baking a New Pie. And it really is one of those pieces that I feel, it's very loose and gestural, but it really comes together as a whole and has a ton of interest. If looking close, there's underlying pencil drawing, there's layers of paint that have a nice transparent quality, and there's a real emotion. For as few parts as there are to complete the portrait, it really reads wonderfully so. And here we have another honorable mention. This is by artist Maggie Scalise, and she's from right here in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And this painting is titled Theirs. And I think it really embodies the Faces and Figures theme. I mean, her rendering and her craft is impeccable. And to have so many faces in this beautiful composition that really moves the eye around. And I love the way all the eyes are closed except for the one figure that really draws the viewer in. So a very, very smart composition. The way the background is thought about but plays back in the hierarchy with these wonderful clouds and sun rays and this beautiful halo. It does break the frame in such an interesting way. And then at the bottom, the detail of the robes turning into maybe a root system of sorts, and this kind of heaven and earth parallel is just starts to lead into a really wonderful narrative. So wonderful job. All right, and here we have an honorable mention by Patricia Smith from Locust, Virginia, and it's called Nargis Mohammadi White Room Torture. And it's a wonderful mixed media piece. The composition is vibrant and layered. Up close you can really see all kinds of layering. It looks like there's a wax covering to it, an acoustic part of the technique. But the way there is so much detail and interest that's balanced so successfully, leading us to this focal area, which again we see very gestural figure that really portrays a very strong emotion, kind of framed off by all the elements of the composition. It really pulls me in when I walk into this room. Wonderful piece. All right, and here we have our third place winner. This is a photograph by Red Wolf, the artist, from Greensboro, North Carolina, and it's titled Abraham. And it's just very powerful and poetic at the same time. It just caught me in terms of the portrait and as well as the gesture of the figure. So they work together to create a very powerful piece. It takes me back to thinking about the Renaissance. I love this really graphic background and the lighting that it creates this dynamic and emotional feel. So a beautiful piece, and just a wonderful third place winner. And here we have our second place winner. This is a painting, a watercolor painting by Christine Dixon, and she is from Ashburn, Virginia, and it's titled Hope on the Horizon. And it's just a very powerful, well-crafted, emotional piece that just pulled me across the room. It's not a large piece, which makes it even more powerful. So when you approach it closely, you can really, it's got an intimate feel to it. And there's so much emotion in the figure's expression. And the way the watercolor was handled with the lighting and sort of blending into the background is just creates a wonderful atmospheric feel with many little kind of nuances and details when you can see it up close. So I'm really excited to award second place to this piece. And all right, here is our first place winner. And this is a piece by Leanna Taylor, from right here in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And it's titled She Will See Us Through. And it just is a powerful piece that when you enter the room draws you right over. It's beyond words in so many ways, but I walk up, or it pulls me across the room from afar, and then when I get close to the piece, there's so much to see. There is so much beautiful rendering in the facial features, and the facial structure supports the impeccable rendering on top of it. And there are so many different points of interest, from the eyebrows and to the wetness of the eyes. The ear that's kind of hidden there just has so much interest. The beautiful rendering of the hair that falls in place in a really controlled hierarchy. So no one thing outweighs the other. And then the hint of color with this black and white, and the color really makes the piece so much more powerful. And I love the way the circular motif plays up in the shirt as well. So there's just a nice balance in shape and line and value and form and simplicity with the white of the shirt going into the background. It's just a beautiful piece, both thematically and in terms of craft. So I'm super excited to award this piece first place for this year's Faces and Figures exhibition.
Ward, I can't thank you enough for this wonderful exhibition. Your selection of awards, always a challenge, but you certainly have picked some of the outstanding works. And a thank you to all the artists who submitted their work, and a special congratulations to those who have been recognized with honorable mentions and awards. Please come to visit our gallery in person. We're also showing the entire exhibition on our website, and there will be followed on this video with a walkthrough of all the artwork in the exhibit. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ward.
Thank you, Carol.
the Fredericksburg Center for the Creative Arts, where art and history meet.